Hey guys.
You gotta wait for me to do this.
Oh, I thought you
The
did.
fist has gotta
Okay,
close.
my bad.
It goes. Then the fist
Oh,
closes.
I thought just all the fingers being done was the fist. Okay.
There's a fist closing.
Okay.
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 It goes 3, 2, 1. Fist close.
Hey guys.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Hey guys.
So welcome to whatever this is gonna end up being. I think what are we going with?
For what?
The name?
Oh, as of right now, we're calling it.
What is it? Oh, I can't even remember anymore.
Like
literally start.
Tay and J's go off. Tay
Go
and
off.
J go off. I guess.
I was just gonna go with go off. I guess.
Okay, I guess
but sure.
we'll call it
Tay
go
and
off.
J's.
No, we'll call it
Go off. I
guess.
guess.
That could be fun. Go off. I guess.
I start recording and I immediately forgot that we say go off. I guess. I forgot what the name of the thing was as soon as I hit the record button.
We're gonna call it go off. I guess.
Go off. I guess. That's what we're calling.
We'll have a
this.
better intro next time.
Next time. I don't know about next time. Eventually.
Okay, eventually.
We'll get a better intro eventually. But, anyways, this is our podcast.
Yes.
This is what we do.
Yes.
Apparently, we
We're
do podcasts
very excited.
now.
This is gonna kind of be just like whatever we want to talk about kind of podcast.
It's gonna be a combination of maybe some murder mystery, some true crime, maybe some squish,
Yes.
weekly updates on like big events that are happening, and squish, because of this one.
Yeah.
She likes squish.
We also both watch a lot of TikTok, so we might talk about some like TikTok trends, TikTok videos, that sort of.
Which is actually what
thing.
we're starting with today, so good
Yes.
thing you brought that up. But
Yes.
yeah, that's on the agenda. It's kind of just going to be a chill place. You can just like play it in the background. You can watch us. We're kind of interesting to watch sometimes.
And if y'all have any ideas,
We look like hooligans, but we're
definitely-
kind of fun to watch.
definitely let us know.
Yeah, if there's anything going on that you want us to talk about, put it in the comments.
Yeah, for sure. I know, like with the Gabby Petito case right now, we're gonna talk about a little bit of the updates on that.
But we're not gonna. That's not what this whole thing's about.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not a clout
something.
thing. It's not what
yeah.
we're here for.
That's something that later we might try to do a podcast once we kind of know more about it. Right now, it's more of just like a day-to-day updates kind of thing. So we'll give you a brief update on that. And but if y'all have anything in that realm, if there's other missing persons cases or anything you want us to talk about and kind of bring light to, please do let us know.
Yeah. For sure.
And we'll make sure to do our due diligence and do our research.
Our darndest.
Before we start spewing.
Yeah, we'll do research before we start spewing random facts about
But this
things,
is going to be, like you said, kind of what's going on in the world, as well as just stuff we want to talk about, like Squish. That doesn't matter, like, at all, but it's just something that
But she likes it, so we're going to talk about it, because
Yeah.
she likes it.
So.
But yeah, we're going to try and do weekly updates.
Yeah.
Every
We're gonna
week.
try.
I think we're going to do a podcast.
We'll probably be posting on Sundays.
It'll probably be Sundays. It might not be Sunday for this one because it's kind of late, but
yeah.
that might not happen till tomorrow. It depends.
Yeah.
But we're going to try and do Sundays, probably afternoon. Somewhere around there is when we're going to record, and then it'll be posted by evening. And then you can watch it whenever you want in the week, because YouTube's great.
Yeah. We're also going to try to maybe, like, find a podcast platform to put this on, but we're going to start on YouTube for now.
Instead of doing just YouTube, so you can actually watch it wherever you listen to your podcast.
Yeah. So we'll get that figured out, and we'll let you know when we do. And then we should probably introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Do we need to introduce ourselves, or should we keep that a mystery?
No, we should probably.
Should we be like, special people, you know?
No.
Okay, well, I guess.
Okay,
Introduce yourself.
So I'm Taylor.
This is my wonderful girlfriend.
I'm a college student. And...
You don't gotta tell them all the spiel.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just giving a little, like...
She's a college student. We're
I'm
broke
a
college
students.
I'm not a college student. She is. But we're broke. So.
And, yeah, I spend all my money on Squishmallows.
If you think this is all of them...
Maybe one day we'll, like, somehow figure out a way to show you.
We can take a picture
the
or...
wall. But,
something. But she has a wall of them. It's ridiculous.
We have a dog and a cat.
We have a dog and a cat. They're both hanging out. They're actually asleep.
You may see the cat occasionally. She may, like,
There's
jump
no
up
room
on
for her to jump.
Yeah, but she'll figure out a way.
She'll figure it out. That's true. One day you'll probably see the cat.
And we'll introduce you to the dog at some point.
If we weren't recording at like 9:30 at night, then she would probably be here, but I think they're both exhausted, so... What?
You gotta stop bouncing your leg. It's shaking your desk.
Sorry. That's the thing I do.
So, Callie is our dog and Tails is our cat, so you'll probably meet them at some point.
Callie has an Instagram.
Yes, she got excited when we said her name.
We'll link her Instagram.
We'll link her Instagram in the bio.
For sure. So you can go follow Callie, the goodest girl.
I have
Instagram.
a TikTok. We'll also link that in the bio. Basically, all I do on TikTok is Squish-related content. So if you're interested in that,
if you're interested in the Squish side of things, you can go to her TikTok.
But yeah, I
do YouTube as well, but I may not link that. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll make sure he links it.
Okay. Well,
so you can
I guess I'm linking it.
Get us on all of our platforms.
I mean, all of our platforms are like 20 people right now.
Yeah.
Combined.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of you, but hopefully one day there will be.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Because that would be exciting.
You want to introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm Jacob. I'm her girlfriend. I don't go to college.
You're my girlfriend?
Wait.
This happens
She's
a
my
lot.
Girlfriend. I'm her boyfriend.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, anyway.
I'm not a college student. I have no idea what I want to do with my life or anything, but...
I don't really know what I'm going to do. I thought vet school was the plan, but who knows?
But who knows, because college sucks.
So anyway, okay,
I guess we should probably start, shouldn't
we kind of blabbered on for a while about us.
Well, it's the first episode. It's a podcast. It's going to be like 2 hours long. 6 minutes is like nothing.
We do blabber a lot.
Yes, we do.
And we will go off on a lot of tangents. We both have ADHD, so...
But, good news. We have a list.
Yes,
okay.
We do have a list of stuff we're going to try to cover.
We started a list. We're going to do a list throughout the week of, like, things we come across that we want to talk about. Yep. We may not get to the entire list every single time. Yeah. But we have a list.
I do want to just say there are some political things we are going to be talking about.
Yes, there are.
We are more than happy to talk about it, but we don't want it to become a battle.
No.
In the comments. So keep it nice, keep it civil.
I don't normally talk about politics ever because it just ends up with one side yelling at the other.
Exactly. And you never get anywhere because all politics is your idea of other people's ideas.
Basically. We're going to try and keep the politics to a minimum.
Yeah,
and
but
just talk
if it's
about facts and what our opinion is, but
if it's a hot topic at the moment, we're gonna have to cover it.
If it has something to do with the government or something, then we'll probably cover it.
We're
but
also
we'll still try and be civil.
We're gonna try to also keep religion to a minimum. Yeah. Probably we might discuss it occasionally.
I mean, we can both say that we're both atheists.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
we're gonna also try to keep that to a minimum because our big thing is
we're not gonna tell you that religion's stupid and that you shouldn't have any religion, but
and our big thing is it shouldn't matter what other people do with their lives because it's not affecting us.
As long as it doesn't affect you and it doesn't hurt anyone.
And you should never try to force your beliefs onto somebody else.
Exactly.
So we're not here to do that. We're just here to talk. Is
that our disclaimer?
Yeah, I think that's our disclaimer.
We may talk about fun subjects, but we're not attacking you, I promise.
Another quick disclaimer. Today, we are going to be talking about 2 different TikTok videos.
Yes, we are.
I do just want to say, please don't send hate to anybody, any of the people in the comments of these videos, the creators of these videos. We're talking about it, solely for fun, and just because they are both kind of relevant, and one of them especially is a trend currently.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about those, but just please be nice to people in our comment section and other people.
We're just talking about what's going on, our opinions about it, what we think is funny, what we think is not, that kind of stuff. This is just a place for people to come and listen to us blabber.
And honestly, if you want to put us on in the background while you're cleaning,
that's fine.
That's what I do.
Fine. Go clean.
Because
we haven't.
Honestly,
so
if we do a dedicated true crime podcast episode thing, listen to that on a road trip. That's what we always do
on road trips.
Also, total side note, but related, if you want to listen to 2 of the most amazing true crime YouTubers, if you're interested in true crime, you've probably heard of them.
I bet they've heard of them.
Baliey, Sarian, and Kendall are my 2 favorite people ever to listen to.
Baliey, Sarian, my man. She's great. I love her.
We love Kendall and Baliey, but Baliey.
I love Baliey.
Bailey's
That's the one we've been
She's
listening
funny.
to recently. I like her a lot.
And she actually just started a podcast as well, I think. That's the dark history. So hers isn't
she just started another one, I think. I think she has 3 now or something, but
hers isn't just podcasts about true crime. Hers is videos, podcasts, and her dark history one is not just true crime. And then Kendall Ray, her YouTube channel, she talks about true crime, and they have a podcast with, she has a podcast with her husband. That's
like
the Mile Higher
like
podcast.
3 other people that just like randomly pop
randomly.
in for no reason. We have no idea who they are, but they just pop in and be like, yeah, that's fun, and then move on. So,
but definitely, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I highly recommend them.
Road trips
Sure.
are so much fun when you're listening to true crime. They go by so much faster.
Yeah. And like I said, anything that we talk about here, we're going to do our best to do our research on. We're not going to just sit here and talk about stuff we have no knowledge on.
Yeah, and then we're going to try not to be wrong.
Yeah.
But if we are wrong, tell us, and we'll say something about it in the next video and correct ourselves.
Well, and like things with like the upcoming, or like not the upcoming, but like the day-to-day updates, like with the Gabby Petito case, that it's going to be hard not to be wrong.
Yeah, well, there might be things that we're wrong about as we get information. But again, I have another list of things that we talked about the week before.
Yeah.
So that we can update you on them, or if we said something wrong, we can correct ourselves.
Yeah.
So we'll now try and be good about it.
Now that we've spent forever doing a little disclaimer, I think we should get into what we're actually talking about.
Okay, all right. Where's our list? Hold on, let me pull up the list.
So
we're starting with a TikTok today.
Yeah, so our first...
Which one is it?
Our first thing is going to be a TikTok. And this is a TikTok that I found on my For You page that I apparently differ in opinion from most of the comments.
Not all of them.
No.
It's just the first section.
But you'll see what we mean once we play it for you.
Is that what we're starting with?
Yeah. So I think we should...
So we can't play video. We can't play audio.
Yeah,
because
we don't want to get copyrighted for the music.
So,
but we're just going to play it. We won't... I mean, we could talk over it originally since there's no sound.
There's no sound, so we can talk about it. If y'all want to watch it, we can link it.
Yeah, and
we'll link both the TikToks we're going over today, so if y'all want to go listen to the audio or just watch them and read the comments, we'll link it.
Yeah. So we're just going to let it play really quick. It's only like 15 seconds or so.
We probably shouldn't just let it play, though, because if there's people who are just listening, they won't be able to see it.
Should I, like, read the...
Nah.
Okay, so we'll
just talk about it.
Okay, we'll let it play and we'll kind of talk about it. And we'll let it play a few times while...
Oh, we're just going to leave it because the comments are up next to it and we're going to go over some of those.
We're going to talk about the comments as well. So
okay, let me pop over to my Google Chrome, which I think looks okay. And I'm just going to start playing it. But this is the one we're talking about.
So this is the one we're talking about. Like I said, I stumbled upon this...
earlier today, actually, is when she found it. But we'll just leave it playing, I guess, or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But for those of you who aren't watching, so they can't see it, it's about a girl told her boyfriend, I assume, because that's what they're talking about. In January of 2020, she told him that he had until September of 2021 to propose, or she was leaving. And then the next thing on the TikTok is today's October 1st.
And I'm packing my stuff.
And I'm packing my stuff to leave. That's the TikTok. Just so everybody knows what we're talking about. And again, we'll link it. So if you want to cut to that real quick, watch it, and then come back, you could do that. But
I do want to just preface this by saying there is, like, she has come out and said that it is a joke between the two of them. But we are going to talk about this as if it was a real situation because I feel like it's important to kind of discuss stuff like this.
So that's the first. It is a joke. According to her,
if you...
it is a... Here, I'll pop back over to the thing.
Yeah, you pop back over.
She made a comment right here.
Yeah, there's a comment here.
Hold on. Let me see my cursor real quick. It's not doing what I want it to do. It's supposed to be showing my cursor, but it's not. Okay, well, we'll just move on.
Anyways, this top comment here, this top comment right here is from her. And basically it's just saying that that's just how they are and it's a joke, that kind of thing.
Which, like, is fair because we banter like that sometimes, too.
Yeah, and so she's also made a couple more videos on her page that she, like, responds to comments basically saying it was a joke. When I first saw this, I did not think it was a joke because that comment that she... has on that video is new.
It was only posted... It says it was posted 18 hours ago.
Yeah, but I saw this TikTok a couple days ago originally.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought you saw it today.
Yeah. So
anyways, it's a joke, first off. But we're going to talk about it as if it isn't a joke. Because if it isn't a joke, in my personal opinion, that's an ultimatum. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's not like... hey, let's talk about this. Are you ready for marriage? It's, hey, you marry me or I leave, which is the definition of an ultimatum. When you say you do this or this happens.
Now, I do just want to kind of pop back over to the comments, because a lot of people...
These comments do not pass the vibe check.
A lot
of
people are saying that she's in the right here. And basically...
Go to the one just beneath that one.
Yeah, so this one right here. This one says, I support this so much. It's not an ultimatum. It's you knowing what your needs are and giving him a chance to meet it. I understand what this person is saying, but...
Because telling him that you're expecting a long-term relationship, there's nothing wrong with that. Because you should talk about that before you go, like, super far into... I mean, we've been dating for, what, 2 years now?
Almost 2 years.
Oh, good Lord, 2 years. And we both expect this to be a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
We just don't have the money to be married right now.
We're college students.
College students. So
yeah. So I
think
that's...
There's nothing wrong with talking about it.
Yeah.
And being like, hey, you know, I kind of want to marry you. How do you feel about the situation? But that's not the way that this TikTok is phrased.
The way that TikTok is phrased is basically, you do this thing, or I'm leaving.
Or I leave. Or we break up and this is the end of it.
And so I'm going to pop back over the comments. So
which
we can
is
start
kind of manipulative.
These other ones. So this one right here said that she's dating for marriage. He is not. So why shouldn't she move on? It's not that hard to grasp. Again, understand it. She set a boundary in what she expected. But from the way this TikTok is phrased, it sounded like he didn't have a choice in the matter. He didn't get to say, oh, well, I'm not ready for that, or we're not in a financial situation for that. We don't know any of that, right?
All we know is what is said on this TikTok. What the way it's phrased and the, what do you call them, the little words that they put on them?
Yeah.
That's all the information we had to go off of. And according to that, this is a little bit manipulative.
Yeah.
Because this is basically just... if you don't marry me, I will leave you. So you can start to feel trapped. Mm-hmm. Or, I mean, it's an ultimatum, obviously, and it's a little bit abusive.
Well, this one is one that I agree with. This one says, or you could just not manipulate someone into marrying you, though, and ultimatum, right?
It should say through an ultimatum.
Yeah.
But they can't spell, that's fine.
And so, I agree with this. In the way this TikTok is phrased, it really does seem... like it's an ultimatum.
Yeah. And obviously, again, apparently she didn't mean it as that. According to her, it was a joke.
And also, we don't know these people, right? So we're just going based off of this TikTok alone. And like we said, like, these people, she said it was a joke. So cool. Like, if that's how they joke, then fine.
That's fine, because we have that kind of humor, too.
Yeah. But... one thing I also, when I first watched this TikTok, one thing I noticed here was his face right here. Because it looks like to me, as someone that has a boyfriend that gets involuntarily dragged into TikToks, it looks like he did not know what she was filming for.
Yeah,
that he was basically told,
was just
like, get in the
hey,
video.
smile for a TikTok.
Right. And so that was another thing that I pointed out. Obviously, this was all before we knew it was a joke.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so here's some more comments.
I mean, and if you want to, you can pause and read some of them, or you can just go find the video.
Yeah, and then this one's one of my favorite comments, is good. He doesn't need the emotional abuse.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's kind of a little bit what it is.
Yeah.
With, y'all, politics is so hard to not bring up in anything nowadays, because it's just how it is, but in the world we live in, I feel like when a man gets in a situation like this, as somebody who's been in a situation like this, I feel like when you get in a situation like this, it's hard for you to see it. I mean, it's especially hard for anybody who's in an emotionally abusive relationship to see it, because you'll have your friends, for example, this one who told me I was, but I didn't believe her, and then she was in one, and I told her she was, and then she didn't believe me, because when you're in one, you can't see that you're in one.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I was going with this, but that's the point, basically, is I feel like when you're in an emotionally abusive relationship, you can't see that you're in one. And I feel like it's even worse for a guy, because we're just told, don't ever talk about your feelings, don't show them, don't talk about them, You're supposed to be a guy.
Well, and men can't be abused.
No, and men can't be abused, obviously, because we're the abusers.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this is true for every situation, okay? Plenty of abusive men in the world. First to admit, okay?
Yeah.
As a man, men are the worst.
We hate all men here.
We do hate all men. I'm kidding.
And if you get offended by that, it means you're part of the all men category.
Yeah. Means you don't know what that saying means.
Because obviously we don't hate all men.
No, because I'm here.
Yeah.
If she hated all men,
just
I would not be here.
This is a tangent, but I feel like it is necessary to say because I brought up the hate all men thing. A good analogy that I heard one time was, you know, sharks attack people and it's a very small percentage, right? But people are still afraid of all sharks because you don't know which ones are bad, and that are going to attack you and which ones aren't. So it's the same idea with the hate all men thing. It doesn't mean that we hate all men.
It's just
you don't know.
Yeah, you can't ever know which ones are going to be the rapists and which ones.
Yeah.
Oh, can we even say that on TikTok? Are we on YouTube? Are we going to get in trouble for that?
We
might get in trouble for that.
Yeah, we might.
Probably shouldn't.
Well,
probably shouldn't use words that are bad. I don't know. I honestly have no idea what YouTube's guidelines are anymore because people get demonetized for the stupidest things nowadays.
But I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter right now because we're not at a point of being monetized.
No, I'm just saying we should probably be more careful.
But anyway, so long story short, that when I say hate all men or when women say hate all men, it does not mean all of you. And if you're offended by it,
means
you
you're
are part of the
that.
problem.
Yeah, you're part of the problem.
So
basically.
Anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Okay, hold on. Tangent real quick. I saw this TikTok the other day about drink covers. I don't know if you've seen this because there's somebody who has a scrunchie that turns into a
drink cover.
And it was a TikTok about some guy who got mad about his girl putting a cover on top of it. And
it's basically,
and the stitch was basically like, if your guy does this, leave.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, it's literally a like a scrunchie.
You don't have a scrunchie on you, do you? People know what a scrunchie are. Come on.
Anyway, so it goes over your cup and it has a little tiny hole in it for the straw. But it's so that people can't put stuff in your drinks at parties and stuff.
Because that happens to a lot of girls. So if a guy gets upset about there being a drink cover, that's generally a bad sign.
Next week, we probably won't have time for it this week because we have a couple major things.
We haven't even covered the first topic yet.
But next week, maybe we'll talk about the Fiji house.
Oh.
Because that kind of goes based off of this.
Is that done? Is that still a relevant topic?
I think it's still relevant.
I don't think they did anything about it.
They haven't done anything, I don't think.
Because
but I would like to do a little more research on that before we talk about it.
Yeah, we will. Definitely. But that is, I'll put it on the list. Hold on. I have a list.
Yeah, so we might talk about that next week. For those of you that don't know what it is, tune in next week because we'll try to cover that.
We will cover that.
If I start talking about it now, then it's going to be a long
we're gonna be here all night.
Anyways,
if we start that. So that's probably going to be the whole topic for next time.
So let me go on here and read a couple more of these comments.
It's on the thing for next week.
This one I highly agree with. It says marriage is a huge commitment and both parties need to be 100% ready before making the decision. You cannot force it like
Well, that's my thing is both you. Okay, so you don't have to. A guy doesn't just, in my opinion, a guy should never just like randomly just be like, hey, propose. Not having talked about marriage, not having talked about like a wedding, not having talked about a future or kids. You shouldn't just randomly oppose to a woman.
So, as a woman, here in this case, had I done this, had I looked at him and been like, okay, you have this amount of time to marry me or like propose, and if you don't, I'm leaving. At that point,
bye-bye.
No, at that point, to me, had he proposed in that amount of time, in my brain, he wouldn't have actually wanted to propose.
Yeah.
It was just to keep me from leaving, right? It was just going to
keep you from leaving.
So I would never want to, like, him to propose out of, like, you know, feeling like he has to.
That's the big thing for me, is that's how you know you're trapped somewhere, is if you get the feeling that you have to propose, or if you have to the naughty act, like if you feel like if you're pushed into that, or if you're basically anything that's like moving in together, kids, proposal, the naughty stuff that we can't talk about because YouTube, that kind of stuff, if you ever feel like you have to do that, and if you don't, then you know you're a horrible boyfriend, or she's going to leave you or he's going to leave you, for example, you can do both.
Yeah.
Then that means you're in a bad relationship most of the time.
Maybe we'll talk about that in another one too, because we both have a lot to say on that topic.
Oh, we could go into our emotional backgrounds, that's for sure. Should we give them a hint?
No, I think that's its own. If we start talking about that.
Abusive relationship, 2 abusive relationships, abusive parents, Mormon parents.
Not abusive parents.
One of them was a little bit.
What if my parents watch this?
Well, they won't know which one I'm talking about, now will they?
Anyways. So...
I don't think my parents are going to watch this. I don't think we have to worry about that. My parents are not proud of me, but...
Anywho, that's a whole nother story.
We keep doing tangents. We just can't stick to one topic,
anyway,
can we?
So I think that's probably enough about that TikTok.
Anyways,
we've kind of said our piece about it.
So that's our whole point about it is if this wasn't a joke, this would be a problem. But since they agreed that it's... Or I'm assuming they both agreed that it's a joke, or they talked about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Then it's not a problem, because, like, we can do this.
Yeah.
Between the two, we can banter about stuff like this, and we both know that it's not true. Like, I don't have to propose to her. I'm going to.
My biggest thing is she was responding to some of the comments being kind of rude, in my opinion. You shouldn't post stuff like this on the internet if you don't want to get backlash from it.
Because that's literally what the internet is. That's what it all... We're going to get backlash for this, and we've done nothing.
Or, if you don't want the backlash, turn off your comments.
Yeah, well, but that also seems a little sketchy as well, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I hate videos that have their comments locked, because that's literally my favorite part of TikTok.
My big thing with turning your comments off is if you have to turn your comments off, you probably shouldn't be posting what you're posting.
Yeah. Comments are the best part about TikTok, though. Like, you watch a video and you're like, oh, that was hilarious. What's everyone saying about it?
Yeah.
You know? I love the comments in TikTok.
Speaking of the comments on videos.
What?
Our next video.
Oh, no.
Is about Couch Guy. If you have not heard of Couch Guy...
I thought you meant I thought you meant our next video for this podcast. No. And I was like, what are we doing?
We are going to talk
Why are we worried about comments on the next one?
We are going to talk about Couch Guy.
We are talking about Couch Guy. Okay, hold on. Let me write off this topic.
So, I'll give a quick rundown of Couch Guy. So Couch Guy, this girl surprises her boyfriend at college, and he acts real sketch when she comes in the room. The reason we're talking about this is because it is now a trend on TikTok.
Oh, and it's hilarious, though.
To either recreate the video, talk about the video, or post your own surprising my significant other videos.
Some of them are so funny, though. I saw one. Okay, before we see this actual couch one, I saw one the other day that I thought was hilarious. It was a recreation of it, right? So the woman walks in, and it's like, surprising my boyfriend at college, right? And it cuts to the boy, and he's making out with somebody on the couch. It's her, obviously. Like, you can tell because they have the same hair, because she has, like, half of her hair dyed. It's the same girl, but it's hilarious because... I can't stop laughing about it. He's making out with another girl, and then he stands up...
Sorry about our loud-ass neighbor that just got back.
They do that all the time. Don't worry about it. They cut, and then he stands up and walks over to her and just, like, stands there as she hugs her. Like, she's like, oh, I missed you, and he just stands there like this. Yeah. It's so... I love it so much. If I can find it, I'll link it. I doubt I'll be able to, though, because I never like anything on TikTok.
I'm going to play this video for you. We're going to let it play before we actually talk about it, because there's a couple things...
I hate watching it, because it's so cringy to me. Like, it's just so awkward and so...
This right here is Couch Guy in the red shirt.
That's Couch Guy. That's the big boy right there. And, like, yeah, he's hugging her.
So, that's the whole video.
Okay.
This 19 seconds, like, sparked an entire fucking thing. Right.
You said a bad word. Stop it. Don't say bad words on my YouTube.
Anyways, so...
We are family friendly here.
Surprising my boyfriend at college is basically what this whole thing is.
If you're a kid and you heard that word, don't tell your mother. Or do tell your mother, because that would be funny. But
so here's a couple of things. So first thing is her, like, pinned comment or whatever.
Yeah, her comment and then reply to her comment.
Breaks my heart that people can watch a special moment and bring so much negativity. Please think before you assume anything about my relationship. As for the phone comment, his phone was in his lap. Thanks for the concerns, though, and no, I'm not in denial.
Okay, so talking about the phone thing, I saw a TikTok about it, actually.
Yeah,
so I'll skip forward to the point. So if you watch him, right, you see his right hand.
sneak under.
It sneaks under his arm. It sneaks under his arm to the girl that's next to him.
To grab the phone.
To grab his phone from her. And then he sets it on the table.
The phone.
Or he has it. Sorry, I thought he set it on the
table. The other
table.
comment here that I've seen is he has a hair tie on his wrist. Right here.
Yes, he does.
Which, doesn't necessarily mean anything. But when you're on a couch with 3 girls...
Well, I mean, okay. In his defense, it could be hers. Because, I wore one of your hair ties for a while.
Yeah.
So it could be her hair tie. But also, she's not wearing one. And most girls wear a hair tie on their wrist when they don't have their hair up.
Yeah.
And her hair is short.
Yeah.
So how often does she put her hair up?
Yeah.
Because that's only slightly more than shoulder length in that video, right?
So... The other thing to mention...
Definitive evidence, but it is something to think about.
The other thing to mention is these guys over here. Because, we obviously don't know for sure, but these guys are probably his friends.
Yeah, probably.
The way they act is a little bit sketchy to me. Because they almost act like, oh, you just got caught.
Oh.
Like, oh, you just got caught. Like, if you watch his friends over here...
It's just the whole... Okay, so we don't know the situation, obviously. It could be that there's nothing going on. It's just that it's a little sus to me.
Yeah.
Right? Because he doesn't seem... I feel like if you surprised me while I was off, 1,500 miles away or however far away they are, and you came and surprised me, I would, sweep you off your feet, right?
If your boyfriend... If you've seen the TikTok, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if your boyfriend doesn't tackle you and slam your head into a wall...
Oh, goodness.
Because he's so excited to see you.
How does she not have a concussion after that video?
Anyway, my favorite comment on this whole thing is he hugged her like she was his aunt at Christmas.
No. You know who he hugs her like? Joe.
Yeah, we have a friend...
Hold on, come back to us. We're gonna show you what this friend hugs like, okay?
We have a friend
Let me put my armrests up.
that he tries really hard.
Okay, ready? So, okay, they're best friends. We won't get into that, but they're best friends, right? He hugs her like this.
Yeah.
He doesn't touch you.
No.
Just arms around.
And you can tell that
Maybe he'll pat your back,
he's really
but that's
trying, but he's just the physical thing is not really his thing.
Which is fine. It's just, we think it's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of what he seems like. Honestly, there's not that much to say about him that hasn't already been said on TikTok.
Oh, that comment. That one right there. 3 girls, 3 guys. Sis, you interrupted the party.
Yeah. No, because I would have walked back out.
No, that yellow guy walked in with the girl. He wasn't there when they started.
Yeah, so this is another one. The girl sitting next to him kind of awkwardly scoots away.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that the first time.
Right there, she kind of awkwardly
Yeah, she kind of awkwardly sits back and over to the side.
So that's a little weird.
We're not saying anything because, again,
think
no hate.
Most, damning evidence here is the phone grab.
Yeah.
The really awkward, trying to be sneaky. Because, if you're not trying to hide anything, and, I have
phone.
If I have his phone, and he wants it, he's just gonna take it back. He's not gonna do, a weird, under the arm, sneaky grab.
No, and,
kind of thing.
I don't ever let my friends really have my phone, because why would I let my friends have my phone? There's nothing on there for them. But, she uses it all the time, and I use hers all the time, because we don't have anything to hide between each other.
Exactly.
My face is in her phone and her fingerprints in mine.
So.
Because I prefer the old style of iPhone, not the new ones, but...
Yeah, so anyway, there's not much more
That's really,
to be said on that.
It's just the fact that it blew up so big. I saw the other TikTok. There's a guy who lives on the same floor as this guy. Did you see this
he
one?
left a note for him that was TikTok wants answers.
Yeah, should we do an interview or something like that on it?
So that's kind of funny. I think it's more funny than it is anything, and I mean,
Should we do one?
Should we do a rendition
of Couch Guy?
Yeah.
We should do it with our dog.
Yeah,
I'll have her in my lap. And then I'll awkwardly be like...
If we do that, we'll post it on my TikTok. So if you want to see it, head over there. But yeah, anyway, so that's really all there is to say about that. Like I said, we just wanted to talk about it because it was kind of like a trend on TikTok.
It's a trend on. It was it's our first video, okay? We didn't do like any research for this video.
No,
if we're
this
being
is
honest.
just kind of like
it's all topics that we are well informed about because we've been following them for the past like.
Yeah.
Not these TikToks, obviously, but the next couple topics are things we've been following for like a month.
Yeah. So
this was just a place to get started.
Yeah.
So
okay, well, I think that's honestly.
Are we done talking about Couch Guy?
Yeah, I think that's really all there is to say about Couch Guy.
We already kind of talked about the emotional abuse part of everything, so I think we can. All right, let me write Couch Guy down on our list. So we've talked about that
one
today.
quick thing about Couch Guy, actually. He made a video in response, basically being like, I'm not cheating on my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. And something that he, like, that I haven't actually seen the response video. I've only seen people's responses to the response video. But basically, he's like, I would never cheat on my girlfriend because I'm not that type of person or something. Not because he loves her, but because he's not that type of person.
It's
so that's
just
a little weird.
It's just a little sus, guys. Okay, it's just a little sus. We're not insinuating anything.
Yeah. Again, no hate to these people.
I don't think he's cheating on her because I personally think people are good.
Also, I think it's really funny that in a lot of the renditions, like the remakes of the video, the people like take her exact pinned comment and put it as their pinned comment.
Do they really?
Yeah, like
I didn't look at the comments of the one I was looking at.
They take the exact same. Like, it's really funny.
What is it?
Please don't assume anything.
Please don't assume anything about our relationship when you don't know anything about our relationship or whatever it is. Here.
Basically, breaks my heart that people can watch a special moment and bring so much negativity. Please think before you assume anything about my relationship.
Oh goodness.
So.
And to be fair, we don't know if he was grabbing his phone.
Yeah.
Or if it was in his lap. But the fact that he put his arm under his other
and didn't
one,
just like grab.
Yeah, it means he was probably grabbing something, regardless of if it was on his lap or with the other girl.
So anyway,
just sus. That's all. So just keep that in mind.
That. Okay, so now to a little bit of heavier.
Oh yeah, this
topic.
Is gonna be. This is gonna be the fun one. Okay.
We're gonna briefly, like I said, touch on the
very
Gabby
briefly
Petito case.
Because there's. I feel like most people know about it already.
Yeah.
And know a lot of the situation.
And if you don't, just go on TikTok.
Just go on TikTok.
Or just Google it. Like, it'll... you'll.
I don't know how much is on Google, because we always get our information from TikTok.
We get our information from TikTok.
There's plenty of TikTok accounts that purely do Gabby Petito content.
Yeah.
Or recently, I mean.
Yeah. But we're gonna quickly go over some updates as of today, which is October 3rd.
Do you know the updates? I don't know any updates.
I know a few.
Okay, well, she's gonna lead this one because I don't know anything about it.
So I'm just gonna, as we know, Dog the Bounty Hunter
should we do
is
like
on
a
case.
should we do like a quick summary for people who may not know what it is?
Yeah, I can do a quick summary really quick. So, Gabby Petito, she's 22 or was 22. I don't know what the appropriate
was.
Yeah, so she was 22. I think they're from Florida. And her and her
or at least he's from Florida. I think they're
both from Florida. Her and her fiance
Brian
Laundrie. What a last name.
Right?
Were on a like cross-country road trip. They were living in their van, in her van.
It's like go off, I guess. Okay.
And then she turns up missing. And he, like, basically drove home from, I think it was the Tetons.
Wyoming? Was it Wyoming?
It was the Teton National Park. He drove all the way home to Florida, which is like a 40-hour drive.
So it's probably Wyoming. I don't know where Teton... Here, I'll look it up.
Without Gabby. And so he arrived home on September 1st.
It's in Wyoming.
He got home on September 1st. And her parents thought it was really weird and tried to report her missing, but
weren't allowed to
because she was on vacation.
Or whatever.
So they could not officially report her missing until September 11th.
Which is when this all kind of started to kick off on like TikTok.
And so, to make a long story short, Brian went missing. His parents are super sketchy. Gabby's parents really just want answers.
Yep.
They want justice for Gabby. Her body was found in the Teton National Park. It was actually found because of a YouTuber.
Who
because
just
they
happened to
were
record their van.
recording their, like, trail
vlog,
or whatever. They were recording a vlog. And happened to see her van, like, parked kind of off to the side. If you look it up, the video will come up.
You can find all of this information online, for sure.
And they realized that it was her van after, like, hearing about the case, and
as they were editing the video. They were like, hey, this van has been on the news.
And so they reported it to the FBI tip line, and they went and checked it out, and her body was found, I think, like, 200 yards or something
like that. It wasn't very far.
Van.
It's the
where
only,
the van was seen.
Honestly, it's the only way they found it, because Teton National Park is massive.
Yeah. And so, obviously, you can't definitively say that he killed her, but because of the situation, all signs point to him.
But we don't have enough evidence of what happened, because the only person who truly knows what happens
Brian,
is
and
currently
he's missing.
So,
missing. I would rather say he's running and hiding than missing, because...
But we're trying not to be too opinionated here.
Yeah.
We're trying to do facts.
And then,
so as of right now, he is missing.
Just a quick kind of, like, side note, there was a couple that was briefly involved in kind of one of their arguments. I think they called the police about, like, on Gabby and Brian, because they were having an argument. And that couple mysteriously turned up dead.
Yeah.
At the same time that Brian and Gabby were staying
at Teton National Park,
in the same campsite that couple was. So that's a little weird. The police claim it's not related, but...
Everything's a little sus regarding this case. A lot of things are, and we could go into it for hours.
Once we know more, we'll make a podcast on it.
Yeah, we'll make a specific, and that one, honestly, probably won't be our normal Sunday podcast. Yeah. We'll probably just do that one on the side, because it will be the whole podcast,
if you want a very good explanation about what we know so far, you can go on TikTok, or I know that Kendall Ray recently made a video.
I honestly go on TikTok, look up Gabby Petito, and just find a video, and then find the lady who made the video, and she will have a whole thing about it. I promise. Let me
pull up the YouTube, or the TikToker that I really like, because she does daily updates, even if there's not an update. Like, she'll just do like a morning of update. And so she does one every day. I really enjoy it.
She shows, like, the papers and all that kind of stuff.
Her name is, or her TikTok handle is Rob and Haley. I will also put that in the description of the video if you want to go watch her. But she has kept, like, constant updates about the cases. About it, so. She also has updates about other missing person cases as well.
Anyways, so we should get into updates.
Yeah, So
if you do want to know more, you can either go look up more. We'll do a podcast about it whenever Brian gets found and we figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Or maybe just later once we've compiled more information.
Yeah.
So if you want to wait for that to figure out the whole thing, or if you want to go look about it now, you can.
We didn't want it to be something we do right off the bat, because obviously, like, we don't want it to seem like we're doing it to get views.
Because we're not. It's not even going to be in the title or anything. Yeah. It's just something we wanted to talk about.
Like, just please be respectful. This is a real family that lost their daughter, and, like, her friends lost their friend, her siblings lost their sister. Like, just be aware that it's not a true crime case. No. It's a real case. Family.
And I mean, all true crime cases are real. But, like, this is something that's still ongoing. It's an ongoing case, so...
Also, I do just want to mention that her autopsy, it has been revealed that homicide is, like, the... what they ruled it, but they are not releasing anything else from the autopsy. We don't know if that's the FBI's choice, or maybe her family has decided that they don't want to release that information.
Which is fun. I mean, we're not privy to everybody's information, obviously.
So keep it nice, be respectful. These are real people, a real family. She was a real person. Brian, on the other hand, be as disrespectful as you are. I'm kidding. Don't. Be nice to everyone involved. And
always be nice to people, guys. Yeah. Come on.
And so, anyway, just be aware of that. Also, I believe that her parents have started a, like, not a GoFundMe, but a donation, a foundation.
In her name.
I
don't think they've decided specifically what it's about. I'm assuming it's probably going to be about missing people.
The way they put it in their press conference, which you can also go look up those. Her parents, especially her dad, is very, very, very well spoken. So I highly recommend going and watching those, especially if you kind of, like, want to know more about the family themselves.
They've done a couple press conferences, I think. They did one recently.
Yeah. And so definitely go watch those. And if you do have the ability to, definitely think about donating to their foundation.
Oh, for sure.
They kind of, like he said, they don't know what they really want to do with it yet. It's just going to kind of fill in where it's needed.
Yeah.
So whether that be missing persons cases or specific families or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We don't know right now. I don't think they really know right now. But just kind of keep that in mind. A big thing, too, that her dad made a big deal about in their press conference was we were able, like, as social media and TikTok and YouTube and all these things, we're able to bring Gabby home to them. So let's make sure we keep that energy for other people,
other
too.
Missing persons
Let's
cases.
not just, like, let it go.
This shouldn't be a isolated event. We
Yeah.
should focus this hard on anyone who's missing.
Yeah.
So we can get answers for the people who
Exactly.
care about them.
So, that being said. Updates as of today. So, a week or so ago, Dog the Bounty Hunter decided he was going to be on the case.
Which, by the way, is a killer name.
Yeah.
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
The Bounty Hunter.
That's amazing.
Him and his team are now on the case. They do have a tip line that you can call if you have any information. I just want to say really quick, a lot of people think Dog is doing it for the fame because he was kind of irrelevant for a while. But Dog is not getting anything out of this, money-wise, nothing. He said in a press conference the reason he's doing it is because his daughter was 22 years old when she died. And so he felt a special connection to this case. And so...
And also he's, like, the best at his craft, basically.
Yeah, I think he's caught, like, 8,000 people or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So, like, for those of you that don't...
Honestly, you should look him up. He's ridiculous. And he also looks exactly like what you think he looks like.
For those of you that don't know what he looks like, I'm going to pull up a picture real quick.
Are you really? Oh, goodness.
But,
he looks exactly like what you think he looks like, I promise.
But,
wow, first suggestion on the list.
I do also just want to mention...
Hopefully we don't get in trouble for showing this, but...
So this is Dog.
Oh, hold on. 1 second. I'll fix this, I promise. There we go.
This is Dog.
There he is. That's what he looks like. I told you. He looks
Dog.
Exactly like what you think he looks like. And he's got his little radio by his side.
But for those of you... This was actually from his press conference about the case... Or one of his press conferences. But anyway, for those of you that don't know, bounty hunters are different than police and FBI because they don't have to follow the rules. They don't have to go by the same rules that police and bounty hunters do. Or, sorry, FBI do. So basically, police have to have a search warrant to enter a home. They have to have, like, all these things. They have to jump through a lot of hoops. Bounty hunters don't have to. They can get in trouble for it, but they don't technically have to go.
Yeah.
I believe Dog, they are not supposed to cross country lines, I don't think, but Dog does it anyway.
It's a U.S. thing, I believe.
Dog did it anyway, found his guy in Mexico, and got arrested
and still got his guy.
The guy was brought back to the United States and tried. So he's willing to put himself on the line for these people.
And especially, I guarantee, especially this case.
Yeah.
I feel confident that if anyone's going to find him, it's going to be this guy.
Yeah. And so that's
because he said in his what are they called? Press conferences and the videos that people interview, like his wife, and like one of the people that he works with. They're all like, yeah, we have tips and we're close to him.
I'm pretty sure his wife passed away recently.
Oh, maybe.
Or maybe
they have pictures of his wife here, but she may have passed away. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, he said multiple times that he...
Anyways, he has another daughter. Her name is Lisa or Lisa. I don't know how it's pronounced. But if you follow her on Twitter, she's updating a lot. Lisa Chapman or Lisa Chapman, but it's spelled like Alyssa without the A. And Brian Enton is another one to follow on Twitter. that's posting updates. But anyway, so dog is on the case. He was hunting he was looking, I can't remember exactly where it was, but today, actually, the update as of today
Your phone's
is
ooh, that's your father.
The update as of today
To call him back, I guess.
would be, or I could just call him and we could edit this out.
I could pause
Or I
it.
could answer. Okay, can you pause it? Okay, sorry about that interruption.
The interruption, that's awkward.
Anyway, so, update as of today. So, we don't know much, but we do know that there was a guy on the Appalachian, I think it's...
Appalachian?
No, I think it's pronounced Appalachian. Appalachian. By natives. By, like, people that live near them.
I have no idea.
But anyway.
It's not the point.
So there was a man that basically swears up and down that he talked to Brian today.
Oh, that's right. This update was today.
Like, literally swears on everything that he talked to Brian today. Obviously, we don't know for sure. He did not take any pictures, which people find a little weird, but...
I mean, I feel like it would be hard to take a... Like, I feel like if you came up on Brian and you were like, here, let me take your picture, he would, like, run, you know?
So, just give you a little rundown of what the guy says. Of course, this is all alleged. But, as far as I know, the dog is on his way to the Appalachian Trail. Because he had originally said that was a place that he was interested in looking.
Suspicious.
Because Brian has camped on those trails for 3 months by himself in the past.
Yeah,
and so he knows
them,
the area.
He knows them back and forth, basically.
So, as far as the guy that claims he ran into Brian today, he claims he ran into Brian, and he looked very dazed, confused, disheveled, kind of.
Well, which if you've been living in a mountain for who knows how long, then...
And he said that he came up to him asking for directions on how to get to California. So, basically, Brian said that me and my girlfriend got in a fight. She just called me, said she loves me, and that I need to go to California, basically. So, very suspicious, very weird, especially if it is actually Brian.
If it is actually Brian, that's very...
So...
I wouldn't even call it suspicious at this point. I would just say weird.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, by all accounts, he at least knows what happened.
Yeah.
So he knows that she's not alive
and also,
anymore.
how would she have called him?
Yeah, she's not alive anymore.
Like, he's clearly, like, lying or delirious.
Probably lying, if I had to guess.
Now, here's what people are saying about this. The biggest thing people are saying is he's trying to create alibis in order to plead insanity. So that he doesn't, get...
A life
in prison.
Death sentence.
Yeah.
I think Florida still does the death sentence, actually.
Yeah. They're in the South. They probably do. Anyways... So, people think he might be trying to plead insanity. One thing I do want to note on that, most of the time, it does not work. So I don't think we need to be too worried about him pleading insanity and getting away with it, because I do not think that he would be able to get away with that. Now, the other thing that people are saying is, if he's on the run from the cops... And from basically the entire country. It's not just the cops. It's DOG, it's the FBI, it's the entire country he's running from and trying to hide from. He may be out of supplies. He may be desperate. He may be dehydrated. He may be malnourished. He probably isn't sleeping. And all of those things can cause delirium. So that's
hallucinations, delirious...
And a lot of people are saying, if you're running off adrenaline from just killing your girlfriend, and, now you're not sleeping, now you're dehydrated, now you're malnourished, all of that combined is going to cause you to go insane, basically.
Yeah.
And so...
It would cause almost anyone to lose it, basically.
Yeah, and so... my take on it is, obviously we can't believe everything we hear, because there's a lot of people calling and being like, oh my god, I ran into Brian, when they didn't.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of bald men that look like Brian. There is literally a guy on TikTok whose handle is not Brian Laundry.
Because he looks just like him.
And the guy is like, can someone give me any tips on how to, like, travel when I look Brian
exactly
Laundry?
like the most wanted man in America currently?
So there's a lot of people that look like him.
Anyways, keep going. I want to look something up.
There's been a lot of people that claim they've spotted him, which, again, we don't know, right? We don't know what's true and what's not. And so... he's not going to be on the most wanted list because he's technically not.
I was hoping he would be on FBI's most wanted list, but...
I just do want to mention that technically he is not a suspect.
Technically.
He is currently still considered a person of interest in her case, which is infuriating. But, anyways, so...
Sorry, I'm looking at the FBI's most wanted list now. I'll stop.
I'm gonna have him pull up a picture of Brian just so we all know what he looks like.
I can do that.
It's like the first thing to come up.
Let me find a good picture of him. Should I just use this one? Should I do both of them or should I do just him?
Yeah, you can do...
I'll do this picture right here, I think. Okay, hold on, let me pop on over.
For those of you that don't know, there's body cam footage because the police got called on them a couple times when they were in Moab.
Yeah.
And so where Brian is on the side here, that is from the body cam footage.
Yeah. And then this is just a picture of Gabby.
And that's Gabby. I think that picture is from her Instagram.
Probably.
And so, we'll go into all that at a later point. There's a lot of sketchy stuff with her Instagram, with the body cam footage.
A whole podcast about it. And honestly, that one probably won't be one of our daily Sunday ones as well, just because that will be a whole podcast.
Yeah. But I do just want to mention...
Did I say that already?
Yeah,
I may have said that already. Oops. Sorry, guys.
I do just want to mention, too, that this... guy right here is not Brian.
Not Brian Laundry.
This is a trail cam that people claimed was him. It is not. It has been proven that it's not him.
It doesn't look exactly right, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you just look at it, I mean, that's not his... The person in this picture looks a lot older than...
I mean...
Like, this is Brian.
Poor guy is in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, oops. Sorry, guys. I'm messing things up. This guy looks like he's in his 40s or something. Yeah. Brian looks like he's in his 20s.
So just that's another thing with this case, is just be aware of misinformation that's being spread.
Yeah.
And we'll get into more again, like I said, once.
Don't worry, we'll talk about it.
Once we kind of.
I don't know when. Obviously, we can't tell you exactly when that podcast is going to come out.
There's a lot of really suspicious things, really weird, really sketchy. Oh, one thing I did just want to mention. So the guy had said that Brian was saying he needed to go to California. Yosemite National Park is in California. There was a text sent from Gabby's phone to her mom. I don't remember the exact date that said no service in Yosemite.
Yeah.
They were not going to Yosemite. They were on their way to Yellowstone. Or at least that's where they should have been going. It doesn't make sense, the no service in Yosemite, because her body was found in the Teton National Park.
Yeah, which if her body wasn't found, it would be more suspicious. But
yeah.
We know that she died in Teton National Park.
So that is a little bit weird. That he's asking for directions to California. Oh, and her mom, as well as pretty much everyone else, believes that Gabby did not send that text. They believe that it was Brian.
Because it's suspicious of her, but...
And so,
but it is what it is, right?
Again, we'll go into all that when we talk about it more, but...
We've probably covered enough of that topic.
Yeah, I think that's good. But yeah, just like I said, just be respectful to everybody involved.
And we'll put some places that you can learn more about this if you really want to.
Yeah.
Or if you want to just wait for our video about the Gabby Petito case. I will actually like prep pictures and videos and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and we'll put together like a proper we'll get together the footage from the body cam. Obviously, we're not going to watch the full hour-long
No,
body
no, no,
cam
no, no,
footage,
no, no.
but we'll kind of take the
clip
big
some
sections
things
out
from
of
it.
it.
We may not be able to play the sections.
I think we can, because people are using it on their
that's
videos
right.
and stuff,
I
so
don't
it should
know.
be fair use.
I think it's fair. If it's fair use, then we'll use it. But
just also the last thing I'll say about this is just know that we are just people, and this is not, we are not privy to all the information that the police and the FBI have,
or even
so they might know a lot more
about the
than
situation
they're telling us, and we have no right to that information. So just remember, these are real people, real lives. This was a real family that lost someone close to them, and just also be aware that there might be a lot more going on that we don't know.
We don't
right
currently
now.
know about.
So. Because a lot of it they're probably not saying, because they do still have to take this man to court.
Yeah.
Like, they still have to create a case with all of this.
Even
and
if they catch him, he's not just immediately going to go to jail. He has to have a court date
and so
and that kind of stuff. So
if they were to tell us everything, that could jeopardize the case. And of course, the biggest part of all of this is justice for Gabby.
Mm-hmm.
It does, nothing else matters but getting justice for her.
And in my opinion, the only way we can do that is find Brian, because he's the only one who truly knows what happened.
Yeah.
Because he was the only one that was there when it happened. So the only person who can know what happened is him, and now he's gone, which is a little sus on his part, but anyways.
And his parents are also really sus, so.
Yeah, anyways, we'll stop this topic for now, I suppose. I think we've talked enough about it. I don't want to focus on it too much.
Yeah.
Just because
and
of
again,
it's a current thing.
But. Last thing is, I promise this is actually the last thing. We're not going to put this in the title of this video. We're not going to try to get views based on this. Again, we're just talking about current events, and that is a very big current event.
And it's something that we both feel very passionate about. So it's something we're talking about.
So just, again, just kind of be aware.
Don't be mean, guys.
And be nice to
everybody.
Don't be mean.
That's bad. We don't like mean people.
All right.
Oh,
Moving on to the next topic.
This one might even be worse than the Gabby Petito case. Are we just going to say the line that we have?
The heartbeat bill.
Oh, she went there.
The Texas abortion ban.
The Texas abortion... Okay.
So, before...
Not technically a ban. Technically, it's just a law, but
I get your point.
Do we have to do another disclaimer for this one as well?
No.
Okay.
Fuck Abbott. Sorry, but...
bad language. I will censor you.
Okay, so, like, no hate...
She's not allowed to talk anymore. She keeps throwing F-bombs out.
No hate or disrespect to anybody, except full disrespect to Governor Abbott.
Okay, look at me. No more cussing. You got me?
Anyways.
Act like my parents are standing just out of shot.
I would cuss in front of your parents.
Okay, act like your dad is standing just outside of shot.
Anyways, so, full disrespect to Greg Abbott, but no disrespect to anybody else. Anyways. So,
I don't want to get too bad.
Okay,
but
let me give a rundown.
Hold on, my opinion on Greg Abbott is he's going senile. Okay.
Okay.
Because his last couple things that he's been doing, I don't think he knows what he's doing. But again, politics, that's not meant to incite anything. That's my personal opinion.
So,
and if you believe different, that's perfectly okay.
Let's give the facts. The facts are, the heartbeat bill was passed. It is now a law in Texas. And
we'll look it up. Oh, Wikipedia. That's my way to go right there.
So, no, we're not going to read off of Wikipedia.
No, I don't know the actual, like, specific words of the law.
Okay, so basically, in human terms, the law is no matter the circumstances of the pregnancy,
Y'all, did you know that it was passed in Oklahoma, too?
No, it wasn't. That was a long time ago.
This is according to Wikipedia. Effective November 1st, 2021.
Good.
So I don't know if this is... I think it is. I think it was passed in...
It was.
I'll look it up.
Effective September 1st.
I know, but it's Wikipedia. We have to actually make sure that it's true. I'll do this. You keep talking.
So basically, at 6 weeks after conception, you are no longer allowed to get an abortion. no matter what, basically, no matter the circumstances. So, first things first, this goes directly against Roe v. Wade, which is an issue because that is a constitutional right.
So, pop in real quick. Yes, it was passed in Oklahoma, and he passed a whole bunch of other bills. I don't think he passed all of the bills that were passed in Texas that you can, like, prosecute anybody who is suspected of being involved. But so he did at least the words right here are, in the case of a fetal heartbeat bill, any doctor who performs an abortion after detecting a heartbeat would be guilty of homicide.
This is disgusting, first of all. As someone that was in child development, 6 weeks, it's not even, it literally is not living.
Yeah.
But go off. Biggest two major problems with this, in my opinion. One, actually three. One,
it's more than three, but
women need rights, and this is a right, in my opinion, that white men.
Your language.
That women are being, that it's being taken away by men, by old white men. Anyways, next problem is the fact that Governor Abbott not only wrote this law into, or brought it into law,
bill,
right?
Or he brought it to Texas Congress. I don't
not
know
only is it now a law, but there's also a bounty on everybody's heads that has aided in any way to a person getting an abortion after 6 weeks. So, say the doctor, the secretary at the doctor's office, the nurses, the Uber drivers, friends and family,
because you don't know if they were involved or not.
If someone is suspected of being involved in helping this person getting an abortion,
$10,000.
$10,000.
Right off the bat. Just to start with.
And not only, there doesn't even, any civilian can accuse someone of it. It doesn't, there's no, rules or regulations.
There's no, investigation that has to happen. It's basically,
I could be walking
this person
down the
was
street,
involved, $10,000.
I could be walking down the street and be like, hey, that person was involved in it, and they would get fined.
As far as we're aware.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Excuse me.
As far as I'm aware, that's how it works, but.
So that's, great. And then the other thing is a lot of women don't even know they're pregnant at 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So, how is that fair?
Well, none of it's fair if we're going down that route.
None of it's fair.
But
I am very, very, very heavily pro-choice because, again, my philosophy on life is if it doesn't affect me, if I'm not involved, then you know what?
Well,
let people decide what they want to do.
And, okay. This is a hard topic to talk about because you could come up with evidence for either side, basically. But the side that we take is it's a right.
Yeah.
Basically. It's a woman's body that she gets to decide what she does with it.
It's heavily concerning to me that the Supreme Court didn't step in, too. Because technically this goes directly against Roe v. Wade, and it is the Supreme Court's job and duty to make sure that states don't step out of line when it comes to stuff like that, like with the Constitution. They have to make sure everything is constitutional. If we're talking Roe v. Wade, this is not constitutional, and the Supreme Court should have stepped in and done something, and they sat back and did absolutely nothing.
There's been plenty of appeals to the Supreme Court, and I don't know the whole situation.
My favorite part of all this, though, is
with the Supreme Court, but things are happening.
The Satanic Temple has decided that they're going to fight Texas on this.
We can't both be talking at the same time. Gotta wait till the other one finishes.
You were doing that,
I know, I'm trying to be better about it, I'm just saying.
The Satanic Temple is fighting Texas on this because it goes directly against their religious freedom. Because abortion is one of their, religious beliefs, basically. And so this is taking away their freedom of religion, basically.
Which is First Amendment. Literally the first thing written. Let's go.
So there are people fighting against this. There are women's marches happening.
One happened today,
One happened today near the Capitol building, I'm pretty sure. And
And there's stuff everywhere. There's stuff all over TikTok.
My biggest
stuff
thing,
all over social media.
My biggest thing is it's a right that's being taken away from women that should not be. Abortion is healthcare. Because there are so many circumstances that it could kill the woman.
Baby, the woman.
The woman could die. People are being expected to deliver stillbirth babies. Because they can get charged.
What about a miscarriage?
Yeah,
right?
That's another thing. Is that brings up the.
Is a miscarriage abortion?
How do you prove that it's one way or the other?
Yeah.
And so. Also, one thing to mention is,
You gonna talk about the R word?
Yeah.
You gotta use R word.
So, what about the case of what if it's going to kill the mother, or the child is going to die, or has already died?
Are they just supposed to try and deliver the baby, and then what if the mom dies and the baby dies? Then you've just killed two people and you've gained nothing from it.
And then the cases of, we'll just call it SA.
SA, that's a good one.
And incest and that kind of thing.
Where it wasn't the woman's choice.
Yeah.
If it's not the woman's choice to have the child, she shouldn't have to have the child.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other case that we haven't brought up yet is, what about if it was an accident and you're not in a financial place where you can have a child? Because even if you don't take the child after you birth it, hospital bills exist.
And pro-life people will argue that you can put the kid up for adoption, but there are so many children in the adoption, in orphanages and in
the foster care system.
And that's what I was looking for. In the foster care system. And the foster care system is total crap.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sometimes it works, but the percentage of times that it works compared to the percentage of time that it doesn't work is way, way, way low compared to that.
One other note that I want to make is all these pro-life people. Let's talk about radical conservatives, right? There's people out there that don't want to get the COVID vaccine. And they say that
if you don't,
then don't. Sure.
Don't.
They don't want to wear masks and they don't want to get the COVID vaccine, and their reasoning for that is, well, it's my body, my choice.
And then they turn around and say, hey, no abortion. And it's like, you just
and
hypocrite,
also,
basically.
Just a couple little notes here. If a woman wanted, if a woman wanted politics involved in her uterus, then she would have sex with a senator. Or it's something along that line.
I love that.
And also, it just, the whole my body, my choice argument, the pro-life people are fine with using that until it goes against something that they don't like.
Well, and my biggest problem with it is most of the people who are against abortion are
men.
Well, yes, but also religious.
Yeah.
And it is very, 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 very important to a democracy and a free nation like we have that religion cannot be in a government. You cannot make governmental decisions based around a religion. There's a separation of
church and state for a reason.
For a reason. And I have nothing against you if you want to be religious. Nothing against that. That is your choice. Go for it. But you cannot push that on somebody else.
Yeah.
And government, if you make decisions in a government based on religion, that's exactly what you're doing.
We see how well that worked with the colonies.
Well, for so many different, empires throughout the world, having a separation of church and state and the government is key to keeping a democracy, basically.
Yeah.
And a republic. And it's why it's a part of the First Amendment.
And I would also just like to bring up the fact that a lot of the people, not all of them, but a lot of the people that are against abortions are men. If they are against abortion so heavily, then they need to do something to cause pregnancy numbers to go down.
Because a lot of the reason why women go get abortions is because of SA or a man doing something to them that they didn't want.
Yeah.
Or pushing it on them.
Instead of trying to, fix the bullet wound after it happens. Take the bullets out of the gun.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Well, and obviously you're not going to be able to solve all of those situations.
If you're so against abortion, here's a hot take. If you're so against abortion, go get a vasectomy so you can't get any women pregnant.
Yeah.
And also, I just would like to mention that vasectomies are reversible. They are not permanent.
I don't think they're 100% reliable with their reversal.
They're not 100% reliable, but they're pretty...
They're not even 100% reliable when you get one, though, I think.
Yeah. But it would be better than you just sitting here and being like, sorry, I got you pregnant, but now you can't do anything about it.
Now you have to deal with it. Have the child, it might kill you.
I also do just want to mention on that part, let's also talk about reforming sexual education in schools.
Oh, we shouldn't bring that up. We shouldn't bring that up.
Yeah, but it's an important topic in the abortion law.
I know, but that is heavily religious.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not going to bring religion into it. I'm just saying
Here's my take on it.
You cannot teach students or, like, kids to not do something at all.
Here's
when
my hot take.
You know they're going to do it, so you need to teach them to do it safely.
Here's my hot take. Abstinence does not work as a teaching method.
Yeah.
That is not meant as an attack to anyone. Anyone who believes that, if you believe it, go for it. Here's the thing. It doesn't work when you teach it to teenagers.
Well, and let's also...
When you teach it to proper adults who have learned how the world works, it works. Because I understand if I don't want a kid, then I have to do the naughty with this one carefully.
Yeah.
And I have to take precautions to do that. But when you say that to somebody who's 16 years old, they're going to go, okay, and then just turn around and do it however they want.
Here's my take on it. In schools, especially in the South, because it is a heavy religious... It's based on religion mostly. But if we are going to teach abstinence, I don't think that gives everybody a fair shot. Because if you teach abstinence, they're going to do it anyway. So why don't we just teach how to safely do it? Let's teach about birth control. Let's teach about different methods of safe sex. Let's teach all these things that even you can tell them about abstinence, but don't make it the primary, like, only thing you teach.
Have you ever looked at a kid? Doesn't even have to be a teenager, because teenagers are worse than, like, toddlers and kids. Because I have nieces and nephews, and you look at them and you go, hey, don't do that, that's going to hurt you. And they turn around, smile at you, sometimes they laugh, and then they turn around and keep doing what they were doing.
And while we're on the topic of birth control, if we want abortion rates to go down, then we need to make birth control, 1, more accessible, and 2, more affordable.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have insurance, or a good insurance, which is expensive... It's going to be expensive to be on birth control, and a lot of people can't financially, do
that, and then you end up with more kids,
So.
I think that's all we should say about that, personally, because that can deep dive into, we can talk more about the abortion law, I just mean more about abstinence, probably all we should say, because I don't want to get any hate about it, but that is our personal opinions about how it works, backed by facts, of course. But if you don't like it, that's fine. You can believe whatever you want. I can't tell you what to believe.
All I would like to say...
mean, if I give you facts, you probably should, but...
If you don't like it, don't be hateful. Just leave.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like it, just leave.
You don't have to watch us.
You don't have to watch us. And we're not going to be offended if you... in the comment section, talk about your opinion, but just don't be disrespectful.
Just don't be disrespectful. And if you are disrespectful, we may have to delete a comment or something like that if it gets too bad. I'm going to try and avoid that, but if you're saying, racial slurs, something super mean or aggressive or lowballing or any of that kind of stuff, I may have to just write off your comment, because I can't have people doing that in a comment section.
Yeah. So anyway, again, that was just something we wanted to talk about because it's a current topic.
And we'll do more updates about it.
Yeah. I'll
write it down.
Yeah. We are getting close to the 1.5-hour mark, so I think we should end on a lighter note.
Oh, we are ending on a much lighter note. That's all of the heavy topics today. Again, this is not meant to incite any hatred, anything like that. This is just us sitting down talking about how we feel about current things that are going on. And if you don't like what we're talking about, you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to.
Yeah. So, and not all of our episodes will be like this. Some of them will strictly be lighthearted, fun.
Yeah.
But it's just, there's a lot of dark stuff going on. It depends
Honestly, most of the time it'll depend what's going on in the world. I think what we're going to try and do is heavy topics. Well, we didn't really do it this week. We should have ended with the TikToks, but from then on, we just didn't want to start with Gabby because that would start a bad impression, I think, personally. But from now on, we'll try and keep all of our lighthearted stuff. We'll probably start with something lighthearted and then end with a bunch
We'll sandwich it in kind of in the middle. And what we can start doing, if you guys are interested in it, is doing timestamps in the description. So if there's something you don't want to hear us talk about...
They have what are they called? Where you can make the little sections on the actual thing. So we'll do that.
So we'll make it into sections. So if there's something you really don't want to hear about or don't want to hear us talk about...
We can do timestamps too, of course, but...
We can section it out so you don't have to listen through the whole thing and skip
You can just skip to the topics that you actually want to be here and listen for.
Yeah.
But again, we kind of did it because we started on a pretty lighthearted note, and now we're ending on these just in case.
Yeah,
spoiler,
we're gonna end on some
We're ending
squish.
on squish topics, but
we'll also maybe bring our cat over here. She's on the couch, so I might have him go grab her.
Bet.
So we can end.
But we will try. We'll try and be more lighthearted in the future, and if we have heavy stuff, we'll do like a warning. We'll put timestamps so you can skip it, so you don't have to watch the
and we'll also
Texas abortion law section if you don't want to.
So we'll also try to put trigger warnings on some of we'll try to put trigger warnings in the description for stuff we're going to be talking about. I know trigger warnings are kind of controversial sometimes. This is Tails. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Tails.
She hates being held.
Hi, Tails.
So it's going to look bad regardless of how I hold her. But here, she has no tail.
Come here, sweetie.
But her name is Tails. It's kind of funny. She hates being held, so that's gonna look bad regardless of how I hold her.
She's gonna sit in my lap though. She loves being pet. She just doesn't like being held.
If you pick her up, she runs.
What I was saying is, I know TikToks.
TikTok.
I know trigger warnings can be kind of controversial. Some people believe that you need to have them. Some people believe that you're basically responsible for your own triggers, and it's not everybody else's responsibility to,
warn you.
Disclaimer their content.
Yeah.
But we are going to try to at least put a small disclaimer in the description. We'll try to put it at the top where you can kind of just click and see it immediately. Because as someone that has triggers for certain things, it is very beneficial in my opinion to have those and kind of know what you're getting into before you're into it.
Which there is definitely heavy content in this podcast, I would say.
So we'll make sure to put that.
I think we could have gotten a lot heavier with it.
Yeah.
But I think we would have had to use a lot of words that YouTube would probably be like, none of that.
Yeah. And just,
And I don't want a channel strike.
Don't ever feel obligated to watch, not just us, but anybody.
Yeah.
No matter how much you support somebody, if something triggers you or it's not good for you, it's not going to be good for you mentally, don't watch it.
That's why I don't watch horror films. It's not because I'm triggered by them. I just don't like them. But I'm not going to let other people be like, oh, you have to watch this. But because I don't like them, so I don't watch them.
Yeah.
It's basically like that. If it's something that triggers you or you don't like to watch, you don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
That's also why I haven't watched Squid Games. Because I know that I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind. Anyways, so we're gonna end on a lighter note.
Should we talk about our subtle flexing that we did in the background of this podcast? Can I bring up this subtle flexing?
Go ahead.
We have 3 of these. This one's mine. Let's just clarify this for a second.
And also, we have 2 of the black bat. We have her, and we have a huge one.
We did the people who are Squish fans will know the subtle flexing that we did in the background, because these are 3 Dantes, which this is a 5-inch Dante from...
No, it's an 8-inch.
8-inch. I don't know the inches. 8-inch Dante from last year. that is like super sought after now.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
I got him. Thank you. He's mine.
I do just want to make a quick note before we start talking about squish. Scalper is a very commonly used term in the squish community.
Yes, it is. Sadly.
And I do just want to say, we're gonna try our best not to use it as much as possible, because it is an offensive term to Native Americans, I believe. I think.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So we're gonna try to use it. We'll try to use price gouger or
reseller.
Or resellers.
It's probably the one that we'll use.
But if we accidentally do slip up, just know that it's not out of any hatred, and we do know the background of the word. It's just we're so used to using it before we knew what it meant that we might accidentally slip up, but we will try our best.
We'll just call them resellers, because that's what they are. They buy Squish, and then they resell them for, 4 times the price, basically.
Yeah.
Or that Grim Reaper is like, I don't even know, that's like 10 times or something, or
what
20.
I might try to do is, if y'all are interested, I might try to put little Squish hauls in these, because that's what I do on my TikTok. But I think we're just going to kind of talk about the upcoming squads, recent news.
Yeah, that was my idea, is we'll put together like pictures of the squads, and we'll go through them.
Yeah.
And we can just be like, that one's ugly.
That one's ugly.
This one's cute. This one's going to be super sought after, but I don't think there's really any updates going on.
I'm going to pull up my Squish group chat, actually.
There was that thing about Kelly Toy, wasn't there?
Yeah, so
Didn't that
I don't
happen this
think
week?
that's a legit thing.
Oh, never mind.
Oops. So I'm just gonna
oh, the cat's moving.
Oh, okay. Bye, Tails.
Oh, please don't.
She's probably gonna jump up on the desk, so give us just
there she is. Say hi, everyone.
Tails.
Who knows? She'll figure out what she's doing. Don't worry about her.
Okay, Tails.
Just ignore the cat.
She might knock over the mic.
Just hold it.
Anyway, so just some
ignore the cat butt.
Some
that's
updating
up right here.
Some updating news. There's a new Walmart squad.
Do I need to actually like really? That thing's breakable. Tails.
There's a new Walmart squad.
Why did you do that?
That has some cute squish.
I can't even get it out now. Ugh. Tails.
That has some cute squish in it. Let me see.
Was that the one we went and looked at today?
Yeah, let me see if I can find a squad picture.
Babs is ugly.
Here we go.
Are you going to try and show it on there?
Yeah. I don't know
Oh,
if
goodness. Oh, that's fine.
that actually works.
Oh, they can see your screen, though.
Oh.
No.
Here, let me just...
Oh, okay. That works.
Is that better?
Yeah.
What if I just, like...
That's fine. They can see it. They're good.
Okay. So this is the squad we're talking about. This is the newest Walmart squad.
Let's start with
Babs
ugly.
Up here.
Ugly.
Very ugly. I don't personally like the squish doos. I think they're really ugly. I don't think there's any cute ones.
I haven't seen
except for the axolotl. That one's okay.
I still haven't seen any.
I have the axolotl.
Do you?
Yeah, with the really fuzzy gills.
1 second.
I'll keep talking about this squad. So there's 2 squish doos.
Can we flex really hard?
Sure.
And
There's
do a background of Oxos one day?
Ooh, yeah. There's 2 squish doos in this squad.
This boy.
There's Leonard here, the lion. No, it's up on the shelf. And then there's Babs here.
Where?
It's
is it that one?
It's dark blue.
Oh, the one that's like kind of essential to your wall?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't touch that
There's a unicorn in this squad. There's a cow in this squad that, of course, is the most sought-after one.
Because cows are fun.
There's this
Cute.
blue crab that I think is cute. I actually have him.
Yeah, you just got him a second ago. Where'd
Yeah,
you go?
he's behind you if you want to pull him up.
We have him. He's right here.
This is the blue crab. His name is... Hang on, we're going to check the tag.
Xandra. With an X.
And then this dragon right here, I also have...
There's no mellow more well-traveled than Xandra.
He's over on the couch. I have a dragon collection.
She does.
So he was definitely in need. Opal here, I have her as well, but I actually got her from the last Walmart squad that had her. And then this guy is who I'm still looking for.
Okay. bring this up real quick. She showed me this guy on the way home from Target or something today. And it looks like it's trying to be Winnie the Pooh, but they have a Winnie the Pooh
This is a
squish.
picture of him.
Because it's a bear holding honey, which is Winnie the Pooh. So I'm confuzzled.
Yeah. So, still looking for him. Here's a picture of the cow.
Cow's kind of cute.
Cow's kind of cute.
I'm not a big fan of the cows, if we're being honest, but...
So that is the Walmart squad. There is a couple new ones being spotted at Cracker Barrel. That aren't Halloween related. There is a Highland cow that's being spotted. Here he is. A Highland cow. He's kind of cute.
I just realized we could get a lot smarter about this, you know.
We could email ourselves all these pictures.
No, we have a second screen.
Oh.
That we could, like, put up so that we don't have to use one screen for... Anyways, that's something we'll talk about later.
So yeah, he's being spotted. And then as far as Halloween ones go, I'm sure a lot of you that are in the Squish community know the Halloween ones that are out or coming out. One of them, we'll talk about the Walgreens ones first.
Are you going to show all of them?
I don't know, maybe. We'll talk about Walgreens.
You'll be here a while if you're showing all of the squads.
We'll talk about Walgreens first. Actually, we'll talk about Cracker Barrel first because I have a picture of their whole squad here.
Do you want to just email me those pictures and
No,
I can
that's
pull
fine.
them up real quick?
This is fine. So we have up in the top. Oops.
Just email me the pictures.
babe,
just
it's
email me the
fine.
pictures.
Babe,
Just email me the pictures.
pause the... So that's the squad from Cracker Barrel, the Halloween one. There's ones at Walgreens, obviously. Kroger has quite a few squads that most of them have already come out. There's Nightmare Before Christmas ones that I think are kind of ugly. I have Zero and both Oogies. You can see one of them.
Yeah, there's an Oogie back
Right
there.
there, the
somewhere.
brown one is right here.
there. So.
They're pretty cute. I also have the green one. Do just want to mention there is Day of the Dead squish that
We
are...
have one.
We have
Actually,
two.
Hold on, we should get one. I'm gonna grab one. Keep talking.
Actually, I think we have three.
I'll just grab one.
I do want to just make a note about this that as far as I'm aware, these are not being sold in Mexico, which is a problem because obviously this is a holiday most celebrated in Mexico. This is one of them.
Day of the Dead squish.
Yes. And so
Oh, alright. There you go.
we also, I think we need to bring to light this situation so Kelly Toy fixes it. But I've kind of made the decision that they're going to be in my collection for now, but if I do ever decide to get rid of them, I'm going to try to find people that, you know, Mexican or Mexico, people in Mexico that actually celebrate the holiday.
And want them.
And want them. And so, just kind of be aware of that. They are very cute, and of course I do have a couple. So I think it's, in my opinion, it's okay to own them, but just, you know, be aware of what's going on with those. So yeah, there's Halloween ones. I think Christmas are starting to be spotted.
Hey, they already have Christmas up in stores, and I'm like, Halloween and Thanksgiving haven't even gone by yet. Okay? Don't skip over those two holidays. I like both of them.
Yeah. There's some sets that are being sold at Costco in Canada. I think they're Canadian exclusives that are being spotted. There are a few turkeys that they've come out with for Thanksgiving. One of them was in the Halloween squad. So, yeah, they're kind of covering all their bases with the holidays. One thing I do want to talk about a little bit, too, is I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but people are talking about how the quality of Squishmallows are starting to go down because of the high demand for them, because of the hype. And I have only really noticed it with the Five Below ones. and with that printed material. Like, the ones that are like this, that are just, like, solid colors, are still fine in my opinion, but ones like Oogie, Oogie's actually one of the better ones, but there's some that have, like, this printed material, and those are just kind of, like, not very soft. So yeah, I can see where people are coming from with that, but I don't think it's all of them. I think it's only, like, a select few that there's a problem with. Resellers are definitely still a problem.
They always will be. As long as people will keep buying them for 4 times what retail is, because they want them so bad, they'll keep being a problem, because you're gonna make money off of it, and if you don't care about collecting them or anything, then why not, right?
Yeah. And so just kind of be aware of that. Like, obviously you can do what you want with your money, but, you know, join some Facebook groups, talk to people, trade, buy at retail. Try not to buy from resellers, because it's just encouraging them to continue to do it, which only hurts, you know, the collectors in the community. And I understand, like, there's a couple that I've bought for a lot more than, you know,
one
retail.
I bought for a lot
There's
more.
2 in my collection currently that were purchased by one of us for a lot more than retail.
Lot more than retail.
Which is very stupid, because one of them was released in a squad pretty recent, or, like, pretty soon after I spent, you know, the reseller price
And then
on
we
it.
found it.
And then we found one.
That was funny.
So just, you know, kind of keep that in mind. People in Facebook groups are very sweet if you can find the right people. In the Facebook group that I'm in, we do pickups for each other, and which is really nice, because if someone finds them, they can get them for you. So just, and going off that, don't always immediately assume that someone leaving with, like, duplicates, like a couple of the same squish, are resellers, because it's not always the case. Like, I know personally, I have gone into a Walgreens and bought, like, 3 or 4 of the same squish, because I was getting them for friends. And, so just kind of be aware of that. Obviously, if you see someone leaving with 4 carts full of squish, that's probably a reseller. But, you know, some stores are doing their best to combat that by putting limits on it, or saying you can't buy duplicates. But, you know, a lot of the big corporate businesses just don't care, because it's money to them.
Making money regardless.
So places like Kroger and Walgreens, some have put limits, and Walmart, Target, but a lot of them have not. It's more of the smaller places. Five Below usually has a limit on them.
They're one of the ones that almost always has a limit on it.
Yeah. And Learning Express,
they
always
definitely have a limit on it.
My Learning Express always has Squishmallows in stock, like, always. They have walls and baskets and just, like,
Everywhere.
a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them.
There's not
That's why I don't like taking her there. She always gets squish.
There's not a limit on those, but when they do big releases, like for Halloween, and, you know, if they get, like, Malcolm or something, they do a limit on those. So, you know, just kind of be aware.
Back.
Tails is back, so she's might
back.
Crawl back into frame.
You coming down? Come here.
She's standing on the keyboard.
Is she?
Yeah.
I hope that's nothing important. Can you get that? It paused.
So I have no idea where that's...
Just realized our cat stepped on the space bar and paused it, so who knows how long it's been paused for.
Some stores that I recommend checking regularly. Home Goods, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls. I found Emily, this one, 12-inch Emily and 12-inch Bella up here, at Home Goods. I just happened to be in there with a friend, and we looked, and they had them, Emily.
Oh,
this Emily is one of the most sought after Halloween squish, like, ever. And I was able to find her for, like, I think, like, $12 in Home Goods. So definitely be checking there. Walgreens, if you like those, they have a Frankenstein bear, a vampire cat, the orange bat that a lot of people want. She's at Walgreens. So
the orange bat.
Definitely be checking.
We have that one too.
Definitely be checking those. Other places I like checking, Walmart. We just found the crab. We found this guy. Oh.
We talked about him, didn't we?
Yeah, we found this guy at Walmart today, so we've had decent luck with Walmart.
She made me drive to the far away Walmart because the close one's not good enough.
Target is a good place to check. They have clips. They have pretty much everything. Obviously, it's hard to find them on shelves these days because of resellers.
Unless you're there right when they put them out.
But I highly highly recommend Learning Express. Especially if the Learning Express closest to you has an Instagram. Follow them on Instagram because a lot of them will post when they are getting stuff and when they're putting them out.
Should we talk about the time that we sat outside Learning Express?
Yeah,
for
there
10
was one
hours?
time we sat outside Learning Express for from like 9 o'clock at night until 9 o'clock in the morning, I think.
It was from 9, I think it was 9 to 8. I think it was
9 to
11 or
8.
12 hours.
Our Learning Express is great, and they are like, they have a sign in their window that says Squish Headquarters. And so they open early for Squish events. They open 2 hours early so people don't have to sit outside when it gets hot.
Like we did. Hey, first ones in line.
We were the first ones in line.
First ones in line.
We got everything that we wanted.
Yes, the 3 that we wanted, we went in, we got them, we
and
left.
I happened to get the capsule that I wanted.
Oh, that's true. We got a capsule too. That's right. That's right.
Anyway, so definitely be following your Learning Express on social media. I'm pretty sure most of them have Instagrams. I highly recommend that. And also, quick side note, the Learning Express in College Station, Texas will ship and do like phone orders and stuff. I've ordered a few from them. Yeah, I've ordered a few from them, like a lot, but you know. But anyway, the way their system works is you call, you tell them what you're looking for. If they have it, they'll ship it to you. So we really like them. They're very sweet. They have TikTok, they have Instagram, they do lives all the time. The lady that runs the Instagram and TikTok, is very good about keeping up with things and posting when they get stuff. I have my notifications on for their Instagram, so like I know when they post. And obviously it's not all about Squish, but they'll post updates about what they have and everything. So yeah, definitely recommend them. They're located in Texas. If you just look up College Station Learning Express, it'll come up.
Did we cover everything?
But anyway, I think
It's been an
that's
hour
everything.
and 42 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's
Might be
everything.
time to wrap up our first ever podcast.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think we've covered most everything, and we wrote down everything that we talked about, so we'll give you updates on some things. How do you spell squish? Is it a Q?
Yeah.
We'll give updates on things we talked about today. We'll talk about some other things next week, obviously, anything that pops up.
And if y'all have any ideas, please do let us know.
Oh, let us know. We're more than happy to talk about. It may not be the direct next episode because we may already have things planned for that episode, but we'll put it in our next open spot.
Yeah.
Or put it on the list, so if we have time at the end of a video or something like that, then we're more than happy to talk about it. But
yeah. But I think that's it.
We're
Thanks
pretty decent at responding to comments, I'd say.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah. We know it's a little all over the place with the both of us, but
yeah, and we'll try to be more organized with the next
here
one.
This one we kind of decided to start doing this yesterday, and we were super busy yesterday and today, so we haven't had a lot of time to prepare, but we have a whole week to prepare for the next one, so we should be hopefully better prepared.
Yeah.
And obviously, we have other things that we have to attend to, school, work, her TikTok, my YouTube, that kind of stuff. But
definitely follow us over there. And
if you want more day-to-day updates, I don't do day-to-day updates. I don't know if she does.
I don't really, but if I have Squish-related content, I try to post it on there. I'm trying to be more regular about it. So if you're interested in that side of things...
We post more than once a week like we will for this one. Yeah. So if you want something that's more often...
He does video games. He does playthroughs on his channel if you're interested in that.
That's what I do. I may do more stuff eventually, but
maybe we'll talk about that in the next one, upcoming games and stuff.
Not really anything that's coming.
Yeah.
I think by the next one, the game that I'm looking for will already be out, but we can talk about it.
So anyway,
I think that's everything. Yeah. Do we have an outro? No, we don't.
No, we don't have an outro.
We don't have an outro.
But
thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Feel free to subscribe.
You can't hear me anyways, so
feel free to subscribe. You don't have to, obviously.
Comment.
Yeah, definitely.
Turn your notifications on.
Yeah, do all the things.
We're gonna try and be Sundays in the afternoons is when we're gonna try and post these. So, you know what? We may record on Saturday and post on Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. But we're gonna try and do Sundays because I feel like
if we do record on Saturdays, we'll make sure anytime we're doing updates on like current situations that we'll put a date. Like especially for like the Gabby Petito stuff, we'll say this is an update. And if something
happens on Sunday, we can add to the end of a video real quick, or just put it in the video. Hopefully, I won't say for sure, but hopefully by the next podcast we'll have some more information. We'll have some more updates about Gabby and Gabby's
case and dirty laundry is what people are
calling it. Dirty laundry, I like that.
So hopefully,
and we'll have some more things to talk about, I'm sure, next time. So
yeah,
it might be a little bit longer next time, but
we'll see. It just depends on what we're talking about. But we also might have some friends come on occasionally.
Yeah, that'll probably be later down the line, but maybe my sister and one of her friends.
Yeah.
And we're gonna, if we ever decide to go like actually podcast, we'll tell you where it's gonna be.
And we can link it in the description as well.
So we'll see. We haven't decided yet. We're just starting here, and I think the way we're doing our little videos, it might be a little bit difficult to turn it into an actual podcast because we actually like show content, but
yeah,
I don't think it'll be too bad. So we'll see.
Yeah, and again, if you have any questions or things you want us to comment on or anything like that, let us know.
We're repeating ourselves, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, and also, last quick thing is I'll just say this one last time, if you want more information about the Gabby Petito case, there's a lot of TikTokers. The main one I watch is Robin Haley, and then if you want a YouTube video covering it, I'm not sure how much it actually covers. I'm not sure when it was filmed. But Kendall Ray has a video about it on her channel if you want to learn more and you're more interested in watching a YouTube video than scrolling through a bunch of TikToks. And of course, you can just Google it and find information on it. But,
all right. Yeah. I think that's everything, guys.
That's it.
So hopefully catch you next week. We don't forget about this. I don't think we will. This is our fun Sunday activity couple goals.
This is our date night.
It's our date night. But I'm probably going to try and edit. I'll have her get started on the YouTube stuff and hopefully try and get this posted by tonight so y'all can see it. But
yeah, so I think that's all.
Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week. Toodles.
Toodles.